Hey everyone, I'm Lee FYIX, and welcome to Medieval Dynasty. I've survived dragons and frostbite in Skyrim, but this is different. No magic, no chosen one, just one broke peasant with a wooden axe and a dream. Today, we're starting from nothing. No village, no food, and no clue what we're doing. Survival mode, always on. Regrets? I have them already. Let's build something. Let's suffer a little. This is Medieval Dynasty.
I used to have a simple life. Whatever needed doing round the farm, I'd do it. Being the eldest son, it's tough. But at least we had a living, and our plates were never empty. Then, the war came. I lost everything overnight. The last thing I remember is Father pushing me away, yelling for me to run, to live. At first, I didn't know what to do. Then, I remembered. A story my mother once told me. A story about my uncle, Jordan. He made a modest fortune up north, in a peaceful valley far away from the war. For weeks, I held on to that thought, until the valley from my mother's stories. I could see it. This is where I can start a new life.
Okay. We're in the world of Medieval Dynasty. I have to talk to the Castellan. Whatever that means. Collecting resources. E to collect. All the basic resources can be collected in the wild. Just look around and reach out for them. Sticks are the easiest to find, but on the other hand, stones and herbs are much harder to spot. Move the cursor on a desired item until its name is shown and collect it. Resources are used for various purposes like building, crafting, healing, or eating. Okay. Let's collect some sticks then. It could be useful to have, no? Alright, so this is my new series. To have some contrast from Skyrim, I decided to play this as well. And hopefully it will be entertaining to watch. And hopefully for me, it'll be entertaining to record and play. So yeah, I can punch. Or this is not punching, this is blocking. And I can push. But we're not going to do that. We're going to talk to the Castellan, which I assume is this guy. Hello? Unigost. Those eyes, I didn't think I would see them again. One blue as the sky and the other black as like a lump of coal. That's funny, my grandmother used to describe them exactly the same way. So you're not a ghost. Good. For a second there, I thought I lost it. But your eyes, you look just like him. Sorry, you must have mistaken me with someone else. I'm new in these parts. Just arrived at the valley, actually. My name is Rosamir. I'm Wanda's son, aren't you? Jordan's nephew? What? Did you know my mother? Not really. I knew of her. We didn't ever actually meet. He wanted to keep his families separate. I don't think I understand. You will. Wait, what do you mean by did I know her? Is she well? I hope she is now, whatever that might be. I've lost both my parents in the war. Damn it, this world. Ugh. I guess it can be as cruel as it is beautiful. I'm sorry, my boy. Nobody should lose their loved ones at such a young age. It's okay. They've died so I could live, and I plan to make the best of this life that I can in order to honor their sacrifice. It's very mature of you. I'm sure they would be proud of hearing that. You mentioned my Uncle Jordan. I actually came here looking for him. Oh, Rasimir. I hate to be the bearer of bad news. Your Uncle Jordan is no longer with us. He passed away 3 years ago. I'm so sorry. I understand how you must feel. He was a dear friend of mine. Oh no, that can't be. What happened? Don't worry, he died peacefully in his sleep. He didn't suffer, I can promise you that. So, what should I do now? You are free to go wherever you like and start a new life. I hereby grant you the permission of the Castellan to build and farm on any unutilized land in the valley. Construct yourself a house and see what comes next for you. You can even build a whole village if you please. There are many travelers passing through. Maybe some of them would like to join your settlement. Just like that, I can take land free of charge. Well, you'd have to pay taxes to the king annually. But apart from that, you are free to do it just as you please. As long as you don't break the law, of course. Or at least don't get caught doing so. It sounds amazing. The valley looks beautiful as well. I think I'll stay here and see what fate has in store for me. I'm glad to hear that. You can find resources all over the land. Grab a few rocks and sticks from the ground and craft yourself a simple axe. With it, you can cut down trees and chop them into logs. Then, you can create a wooden hammer that will be crucial in the building process. I'm sure you'll get the hang of it. When you build yourself a home, come back to Gostovia and talk to my wife. Though I'm gonna call her Deborah. She manages a tavern. Ask her to feed you. You must be famished. And then grab some beers for both of us and come back. I'll tell you some stories about Jordan. Sounds like a plan to me. Okay. So let's look at the map and see where I kind of want to create my settlement. It would be great to maybe like right here, because then I don't have too far to Gostovia or Borovo or Branica, and Tutki. Also Denica, Lesnica, and Rolnica is always going to be far, but I think somewhere around here should be good. So let's start moving our asses over there. Sorry, I just saw something that piqued my interest. You can cut your hair?
How are you?
Oh, wow.
Take care.
You can cut your hair? You can get a haircut? So you have a little bit of character customization after all, and it's not just, you know, you have to wear this. Okay, so I'm supposed to follow this road right here. Let's pick up this stone and some more stones. First the Daisy, apparently. Let's get some stones. Get some more sticks. This game is also a little bit laggy sometimes. Stone axe. Okay, Q for creation menu. Handcrafting. There it is. Okay, that is great. Okay, so let's go over here and see if there's any good piece of land. Oh, what is this? It's like a broken cart. Large bundle, some pear wine, and rye bread, and a stone axe, and a plank. And a torch. Anything else? No. I wonder if you'll come across those sort of, like those broken carts a lot and get just free stuff. Wouldn't that be swell? There's kind of a campfire here, or like a little abandoned supplies. Don't mind if I do. Oh, I can take these. Logs. Overload. You're carrying too much on your shoulders. You walk slower when overloaded. If you want to carry more, get a backpack or a pouch. Remember that you can turn off the tutorials in settings. Okay, but I can still walk fine. Yeah, so I'm thinking something like here. Not too close to the bridge, but not too far. So let's put up a house. Maybe like right here. Looks like a good open space. So buildings, houses. You got stone house, wooden house, and wattle house. But you need planks for that and that. So I'll stick with the wattle house for now. Like right there, maybe. And then I know I've seen videos. You can create roads. So like this is approximately where the stairs would be, and just drag that out into this road as far as I can. Like that. Now I've created a little road to the main road. Okay, so I need to dump this log, drop stack, and then drop the plank too. Inspector mode. The inspector mode lets you see dropped items like spares, villagers near you, and the stats of NPCs you're able to recruit. The inspector mode uses stamina. You can upgrade it with talents. Oh, I see. Okay. Okay, well, I get it. Okay, let's go and, there's so many tutorials. To cut down a tree, you will need to have an axe. This tool can be bought or crafted in the creation menu in the handcrafting section. Better axes can be crafted in the smithy. Put an axe in one of the quick slots of the inventory and take it out. Approach a tree and start cutting it until it drops down. Then chop it into smaller parts to acquire logs and other resources like sticks and feathers. If you don't dig up a stump, it will regrow into a tree. Yeah, that's good to know. That it will regrow. So I can kind of like destroy this forest to deforestation simulator and it will grow back. Okay, that was the last tree. I've now done the I can't speak today. I have now chopped down the trees that I need. I think I will probably need more. Select build mode. The building hammer can be used in 6 different ways. It enables you to build, repair, and destroy structures, add or remove insulation, and move buildings with all objects inside. The mode is selected while holding the hammer through the select build mode menu. Remember that you can turn off tutorials in the settings. Yeah, but I kind of need them, so. Well, I chopped down some trees. 3 of them. So let's see if we can't finish this foundation. I have 5 stones, and I need 10. So, 1, 3... There you go, 10 stones. Oh, come on. That's so satisfying. And boom. I need 8 logs for that. Now I need 4. And good, there's logs here. So I can just 1, 2, 3, and 4. Yeah, so I will probably need a lot more. A lot more logs than just those. But let's finish this house.
Saw in a board and I'll cut it. I'll climb up a ladder with a hammer and a nail and I'll nail it. Well, we worked so hard to build a little house.
There we go. I finished the house. Chapters. Chapters are a series of missions that appear at the beginning of the game and introduce you to the game's mechanics. It also assists you in the initial stages of your new settlement construction. Completing chapters allows you to unlock the next development stage, which determines the maximum limit of buildings you can construct. Okay, so I finished the house. There's still some logs out here, so I'm gonna take those. We're gonna unload a little. I can't speak today. We're gonna unload. We're gonna unload our stuff. With shit I don't need, like 4 logs. Don't really need that. Don't need the plank, or the stone, or these feathers. Yeah. Okay. Isn't this beautiful? Okay, yeah, so this is our house. We have to go back to Deborah and talk to her. And then we can start doing the other stuff, the chapter 2, a survivalist. But I was promised food and something to drink when I finish my house. So let's go back and talk to Deborah. Alright, Deborah, where are you? Wait, did you just walk past me? Deborah? Deborah, wait. Hello, what can I help you with? Hi, you're Deborah, right? Nice to meet you. I'm Rasimir. That's right. Nice to meet you too, Rasimir. What brings you to me? Actually, hunger, thirst, and Unighost. Sounds like a true trinity of misfortune. Hunger and thirst I can easily fix, but my husband's doings might not be as effortless to revoke. What has he done now? Would you believe that he dared to welcome me, a total stranger, as one of his own, even offered guidance and nourishment? That maniac. I like you already. Here, grab the best food this lousy joint can offer and tell me your story. Nothing much to say, really. I've just arrived at the valley looking for my Uncle Jordan. Didn't expect to be done searching so quickly, to be honest. Ah, yes. He was Unigast's friend. I remember now hearing that he had eyes just like yours. I'm sorry for your loss. That's okay. I don't even remember him, really. Most that I know about him is from my mother's stories. She always looked up to her big brother. Loved him furiously, even when he stopped visiting. A lot of people did, from what I heard. There was something special about him. Yeah, tough shoes to fill, huh? The only shoes that you need to worry about filling are your own. Every man is the architect of his own fortune. Thank you for saying that. It's what I needed to hear. But let's not talk about me anymore. What's your story? I was a part of a traveling band of troubadours. I've never managed to learn how to play an instrument, but I was pretty decent with my singing. Our travels brought us to the valley, not long after the death of your uncle. I still remember seeing Unigos for the first time. He had so much sadness in his eyes. Jordan wasn't just a friend of his, he was a part of him. The band left a few days later. I stayed. There was something in Unigos' presence that I simply knew my place was by his side. You probably noticed the age difference. No, not really. What? Are you implying that I look old? Nothing of sorts. Anyway, so it looks like you were anchored here by love. That's pretty amazing. Yeah, you could call it that. Or blindness. Or stupidity. Poor judgment, maybe. Whatever sounds best to you. Pretend all you like. You fell hard for the grandpa with the sad eyes, and you know it. I did. He annoys me sometimes like nobody else, yet I can't imagine breathing without him now. But don't let me go all soft on you. You surely got some places to go. It was a pleasure talking with you, Deborah. Every second of it. Here, I know it's not much, but it will come in handy when starting a new life. Everything costs coin these days. I really appreciate that, but I'm not looking for a charity. I'll manage. Oh, come on now. Don't try to be a hero. Ugh, man. Alright, do something for me then. It won't be a handout, just your first pay. That I can agree on. What do you need? There's a farmer in the village. She's called Garagniwa. What are these names? She usually supplies the tavern with rye, but I haven't gotten anything from her in a while. My stock is almost gone, and you don't even want to imagine what would happen to these people when we run out of beer. Consider it done. While we're speaking of beer, Unigos asked me to grab a couple for us. Of course. Here you go. Great, thank you. He promised to tell me some stories about Jordan. Oh, I see. Well, in that case... Thank you. Okay. So, now we gotta talk to Unigos again. What's up? Rasimir! Hey, Unigost. You're looking at the proud house owner from the valley, and I'm back bearing beers. A job well done indeed. Alright, let me wet my throat with this amber goodness and start reminiscing. I knew Jordan for 22 years before he died. He was my best and truest friend. A brother, actually. I remember the day we met as if it was yesterday.
So expensive?
I don't know.
The taxes or what?
I don't know why bread is expensive. I was 25 at the time, living in the big city of Jellenberg, where I was born. You could say I hated that place, but still, it was the only home I ever knew. Maybe someday I'll tell you more about that. Anyway, I was forced to take care of my own, so I did, doing the only thing I could do: stealing. You were a thief? I was, and a bloody good one, if I might say. Picking pockets was my bread and butter. I could steal a piece of steak right from your fork, and you wouldn't even notice. It wasn't greed that motivated me, just survival. But I'd be lying if I said I didn't enjoy the process. Stealing is still a crime, no matter the motivation. I'd say you'll want to wait and hear a bit more before getting all high and mighty on me. I'm sorry, carry on. We had an annual festival at Jellenberg. It always brought a whole bunch of outsiders to town. You can imagine what that meant for a man in my profession. I could do a day's worth of work in a matter of minutes. I grabbed a few coins here and there, some jewelry, a pair of new boots, and then I saw a nobleman with a money bag strapped to his belt. He was basically begging to be set free. I sneaked behind him in the crowd, like I did 1,000 times before. Child's play. I gently grabbed the pouch, did a little shimmy magic, and there it was, sitting neatly in my palm. Just needed to turn around and disappear like always, and then wham! What happened? I was punched in the face by what felt like a bull, and I was so shocked I didn't even realize what happened until I hit the ground. My head was pounding. I could barely see straight. And do you know what was the first thing I saw next? Another blow coming? No, a smile. A big, radiant smile on the face of the man with two different eyes. It was your Uncle Jordan, the one I took for a nobleman. He stuck his hand out, helped me get up, and offered me a beer. Wait, he did realize you were just trying to rob him, right? Of course he did. I don't get it. That's just how Jordan was. You see, your uncle was deadly clever. Smartest man I've ever known, hands down. He could see the world like nobody else, predict things. He was always at least a dozen steps ahead of anyone else. So, on a rare occasion that somebody surprised him, he was intrigued. And he wasn't expecting you. Indeed. Apparently, even despite my failure, I was still the one that came the closest to robbing him, and he liked that. So I'm guessing you accepted his invitation, right? I didn't really have a choice, did I? I was terrified of the guy at the moment, so we went. He took me to the most expensive and most crowded tavern in the whole town. Remember that it was the day of the festival. Even entering that place was next to impossible. He didn't seem to care, though. In a matter of seconds, we were sitting at the table being served by two barmaids at the same time. It was surreal. In my mind, there was only one explanation. He owned the place. And did he? Not at all. It was his first time in Jellenberg. It all felt like a dream, to be honest. Especially with me still being dazed after the punch. I was still sure he was a nobleman. His manners, his clothes, the way he talked and moved. And then he chugged a beer like it was a race, wiped the face down with his sleeve, and burped like a drum. He went from the lord to the savage, like that. I relived that moment a dozen times until I realized why he did that. It wasn't a mistake, oh no. No laziness, no moment of weakness. He wanted me to see it, to understand it. Understand what? That he was full of crap! You see, Rasimir, your uncle was one of a kind. He was a true master of arms, and his weapon of choice was his confidence. What does that even mean? Imagine a closed door with two armed guards at his side, and you want what's inside. What are your options? You can force yourself in, bribe the guards, try to pick a lock, but Jordan, he just holds his head up high and walks in and demands the door to be open. You were right. That all sounds surreal. I never knew that about my uncle. My mother's stories were quite different. Because I'm afraid she knew a quite different Jordan than me. Than everybody in the pack. Wait, the pack? Oh dear, Rasimir. There is so much more you still don't know. Our story hasn't even really begun, but it's getting late. Come on, you can't just leave me hanging like that. Alright, I'm going to tell you a bit more. After that beer we had a couple more, then some mead if I remember correctly. We were talking about our past, our dreams, convictions, started making some drunken absurd plans. I thought we were joking, to be honest. The next thing I remember is waking up in silk sheets. I'm guessing they weren't yours, correct? Are you kidding? It was the first time I even touched fabric like that. The ceiling in the chamber was so high it could fit a giant. I thought I was dreaming. Then the servants walked in. I was ready to flee, but instead of fighting me, they presented me with breakfast. Really? How come? It was all Jordan's doing. I've never found out how he managed to pull it off. Whenever I asked, he just burst into laughter, even years after. Needless to say, I left Jellenberg with him on that day. The first time I went outside the town's walls and never came back. That was the day the pack was born. All 3 years, and 3 years later, there were 5 of us. A real team. A family. We called ourselves the Reminders. Oh, how I wish I could be there. It all sounds incredible. I've never had adventures like that, and probably never will. Easy, my boy. It wasn't always fun and lovely, but it's a tale for another time. It really did get late, and I'm sure you still have a lot of work to do. Come and find me tomorrow. We'll talk some more. I'll do that. Thank you, Unigost, for everything.
Oh, damn, woman. Surely being a Castellan's harder than in keeping.
Okay, well, that is gonna wrap up this first episode of Medieval Dynasty. I hope you enjoyed it, and if you did, please consider leaving a like, subscribe, comment. I will read every single one and answer every single one. And I will see you next time. Peace.